Hello everyone, I'm Mrs. Midnight, and before anything else, let's make sure that we are live. Open up the YouTube app, and I'm sitting at the edge of my seat because look who arrived first. Oh. YouTube short feed showing me videos at this moment, and right now I'm not opening YouTube to watch videos, I'm opening it up to make sure we are live. Okay, just make sure I'm hearable. Yes, we have volume. So, without further ado, let's open our game, Sally Face, and tonight we don't have pigtails because Sally Face on chapter 4 does not wear them anymore. He has grown from adolescence, he's now in his young adulthood, and with that, with the transition from one stage of life to the other, comes also a change of her style. Let's go ahead and hit continue. Imagine if I hit new game and we have to start anew. Oh. But apparently we have to do the ending of chapter 3. So let's just go through it real quick. So it starts us in chapter 4. Ash! Ash, are you okay? Ash? Is she... She's still breathing. Come on, help me get her up. Huh? She's awake. What's going on? Where are we? Dude, you fell down the stupid trash chute. I thought we lost you for good. I'm so glad we found you. Are you okay? Yeah, I think so. Just a little fuzzy. And sore. No broken bones. Well, none of mine at least. That makes me laugh like, well, none of my bones broke, but the ones I landed on did. Man, Ash, you wouldn't believe what we went through to find you. It's all thanks to Sally. He had one of his vision thingies, and then he found this whole cellar door in the basement, and then we went down these long creepy stairs, and then we found this crazy ass cold temple or some shit down here, and then here we are, all these puzzles, and then there were all these puzzles and traps and mazes, and Todd is holding the front gate for us. The front gate open from us. Todd is holding the front gate open for us. We should go back there. Wow, this is so much to take in. I can't believe all of this is right below the apartments. Thanks for coming for me. I don't know what I'd do without you guys. Well, in this particular case, if they hadn't come for her, she would have died. Because either the devourers of God, because some of them are still alive, would have found her and done rituals with her, or she would have starved to death. Because there's no way that she could get out if somebody didn't hold the door open. So what are we going to do about all of this? Mrs. Packerton has killed a lot of people. And the baloney, we can't just ignore this. Definitely not. Judging by what you guys have told me about the inner rooms of the temple and about Mrs. Packerton's apartment, it could be possible that she's gotten herself wrapped up in the occult as well. Oh, Waffle wants to participate in the streaming too. My two pets, my doggy and my kitty, accompany us tonight. Even if the congregation has long since dissolved, she could have stumbled upon this door just as we have. Hi, Glory, how are you? Welcome to the streaming, first one to show up. Or maybe she's the last remaining member, trying to carry out whatever their plans were on her own. You don't think she's trying to bring the red-eyed demon back, do you? Hopefully not, but we'll be prepared if she does. Man, we need to stop her. Preferably, like, before that happens. I know going to the local police isn't an option. Maybe we should call the state police or the FBI or something. At least this time our parents can't deny what's happening. They'll help us once we show them what's below this building and what Packerton has been doing. Ash is right. We should get our parents involved this time. Maybe we should just kill her. What? Mrs. Packerton, maybe we should kill her. She's old, so it shouldn't be that hard. We can't just kill someone, Larry. Then we'd be no better than her. Normally I would be against harming others, but in this case, Larry may be right. Todd! Larry! Seriously, you guys? Think about all the strange, unexplainable occurrences that happen in Addison Apartments and in Knoxville in general. The more I think about it, the less likely it becomes that Mrs. Packerton is acting alone. She must be getting outside help. It would explain the police cover-ups for Charlie and the Holmes family murders. There's no telling how far this corruption reaches. Damn. I guess that makes sense. Sal, you were saying something similar earlier today, too. I don't know, maybe this does fall on us to take care of. Maybe. You know, the biggest worries normal teenagers have are about petty things like being popular and having nice hair. Not us, though. We just have to worry about saving the world, I guess. And I mean, they do have a point. I do not agree with the idea of this person seems dangerous, let's kill her just for the hell of it, but because of the situation in this game, it's either that or being killed by her, you know? I'm kind of sad and also confused. What happened, Glory? What you told us last night, or what's going on? Big hug to you, in any case. So what happened? We decided to sleep on it. It was nearly morning anyway, and everyone was beyond exhausted. And the teacher? What did you decide? Did you go to the police? You don't have to. Turns out Packerton got into a car accident on the way home that same night. She and the other driver were killed on impact. Wow, that's quite convenient. You can look it up for yourself if you don't believe me. It was on the front page the next day. Beloved Knoxville High teacher killed by drunk driver. Of course, you won't find anything about the dead bodies in her apartment or how she was feeding the students human flesh. That was all covered up. I see. I don't care if you don't believe me. It's the truth, and you said you would air the full story. Don't worry, Sal. It will be aired in full. I always keep my word, and I think the people will be very interested in what you have to say. Everyone is watching you now. You spoke with a great fondness about your friend Ashley. I understand that you two were very close. You even considered her one of your best friends along with Larry Johnson and Todd Morrison. Is that true? Yes. Have you seen this? And that's just disheartening as hell because Ashley Campbell is going to testify against Sally Face in the trial. Sources say that the prosecutor will call Ashley Campbell to testify against the Sally Face killer. And there's a picture of them as teenagers. Yeah, I can get the crying reaction because that just must feel horrible. What about Todd? You said you'd tell me about Todd. Oh, right, of course. We shot a segment on Morrison yesterday. He's still in the hospital after what happened that night. He's still out of it, unresponsive, still not talking. So we couldn't have a conversation with him. We mostly spoke with his doctor. I'm sorry, Sal. Apparently Morrison hasn't shown any signs of improvement. In fact, his condition has been getting worse. They say that the damage he suffered that night is irreversible. He's in the cushioned room with the strength shared. He doesn't know fantasy from reality, and all he wants is to die. When he is denied the release of death, he becomes extremely violent. I need to help him. Somehow, I need to help him. Even the doctors and trained professionals haven't been able to help Todd. How do you suppose you'll be able to? Because I know the truth. I know what really happened. I know what's wrong with Todd. So we all know that Todd was not a violent person, but at the moment he's not himself. He's possessed by a red eye. Yes, a situation about midget. I'm sorry about that, Glory. How was it? Did you talk? What happened with him? Do you want to talk about it or not at the moment? Either way is okay, but just asking. Now we are beginning chapter 4. You can see Sal doesn't have his pigtails anymore. And his clothes, his hands, even his guitar, and the wall, floor, everywhere in the building is covered in blood. And police is arriving. I'm awake. I'm awake already. As you can see, there are many unusual things in his bedroom. A gazillion cups of Addison tea, pills that I guess are antidepressants, the painting from Packerton's room, a box covered in blood, the torturing machine, or the grinding machine with the trash bags with the clothes that she had in the hidden room. And this door is similar to the ones that we saw in the temple on chapter 3, part 2. Beelzebub. Who are you? I am Lord Beelzebub. Wow, really? So you're like the devil or something? No, it is a nickname bestowed upon me by my king. Family can be rough. Indeed. Can I get into that door? You've only just arrived. No, you may not pass through my doorway. You must first admire my art. Your art? Yes. In the dark, there are 5. The 5th you mustn't see. Of the remaining 4 arts, you must gaze upon 3. Once you have done so, report back to me. All right, whatever you say, Edgar. It's Beelzebub. Lord Beelzebub. Like more respect. Okay, Bobs. Be right back. I'm going to say it in Spanish to not create confusion saying it in English. That's okay, Glory. You know I translate to English to not get mixed up between languages, but you write in any language you want, okay? So 1, 2, 3 are easily opened. 5, we can't. We just hear an awful amount of noise and screaming if we try to. 4 is locked. And I think that's the mix between symbols that we have to place, but oh no, it's between those three, but don't remember the order. Let's try. Not like this. Open! Today I had class from 12 to 4 p.m. Before going to school, I went where his mother works. I told her what was happening and what my reply was. If he were to get mad at that, I don't really care. I prioritize his safety and that at least someone is aware. both for his own good and for my own peace of mind. That if something happened, I won't have that regret. I can understand that. Just beware that he may get upset because of you going to his mom other than to him first. I can understand why you made the decision, and you have a good point that if you consider his safety is in danger, sometimes it's rough, but sometimes it's better to have someone mad at you but safe than not making them upset but exposing them to a major damage. I think whatever happens, whether he gets upset at you or not, your heart was in the right place. But I mean, I since you say you wouldn't care if he got mad, I imagine you still don't know if he did or not. After talking to his mom, what did she say? Did you talk to him? What happened? 342697. Let me take a quick picture of that number in case we need for something later, because I'm not sure at the moment if we will or not. Back to the live streaming. But better safe than sorry, you know? Her soul was corrupted by the dark, by hunger, by isolation. She suffered greatly. Through our union, we have saved her. We are the endless echoes within oblivion. We are all that is, was, and will ever be. So basically, this woman that we see on the side, that we will find some tapes related to her, was locked in one of the rooms and left to die. Not only starving to death, but also consumed by darkness. We are infinite and everlasting. We are the void. And actually, somehow yes, because that black room is part of the void. She took it well and thanked me for telling her. After that, I had a terrible time all afternoon, thinking that in the exit, I will have to turn him down. And did you talk to him or not yet, Glory? I mean, I can understand his mom being thankful to you for reaching out, like, hey, your son's integrity could be in danger, just be careful with him. I think as the mom, if I was in her place, I would appreciate it too. Bottle of water. Oh, controller turned off on me. What the hell? Didn't want to respond. Oh, haven't explored it yet. Trap and rot. That's basically just limbs sewed. I don't know if like they caught the arms and the legs and then sew them back together, but they are just loose arms and legs floating. I was broken before he found me, scattered and lost. Then he looked upon my face and saw all of me at once. After being discarded by everyone else, after years of not being seen or heard, he saw me, and we were in love. And everything was perfect, until it all fell apart again. Now there is only pain. I don't know if this is like a symbolism of how one feels after being heartbroken. Precisely, like, especially if it's not your first time with a love disappointment. Precisely, like feeling that you were already fallen apart, then somebody picked you back up, and then back to being fallen apart. An awful feeling. And supposedly this symbol, plus other three that we will see on the other walls, are a hint of the puzzle of door 4. But honestly, I just remembered how the symbols were looking, not the order, but the ones that we needed to use. Because these thingies do not hint me anything with that puzzle. Supposedly they should, but not really for me. Honestly, it's very hard and it was very painful to do. At the end of classes, I told him to go with me to the paper shop to take some copies that we both needed. And after that, we went to a park bench. And Jessica Williamson, hi! Hi, welcome to the streaming. I think it's the first time you say hi to me. So, besides welcoming you with a heart and a hug, here's to you. I'm taking a sip in your honor. But as Glory was saying, we went to a bench in the park, and it was like he knew what I was going to say because all the afternoon he was weird and uncomfortable. We talked like for half an hour. I explained him everything that I felt and the way that I see him. Okay. Well, you say that a part of him kind of sensed where you stood. Me go a little backwards now that my doggy got down the couch because I was literally on the edge and my back was starting to hurt. Those pieces of flesh, those faces like nailed to the wall and to the floor, remind me a lot of Packerton's freezer, you know? Or deep freeze. Because precisely that's how they look, like only the flesh of the faces with no expression anymore because they are taken off the face of their original owners. What have we done to deserve such agony? They were determined to devour us all. Nothing could stop them. The burning lights of the gods had faded. Their watchful eyes turned into horrible screams. And then everything was black. We will soon be gone. Like, I guess he means that the darkness will soon take the little that is left of them. It's weird that the only one that speaks is the one on the floor. I'm not going to go very detailedly, but I try to be as clear as and less harmful as possible. He told me that we could continue the friendship. He cried a little at the beginning, but he accepted it. And then I imagine there's a continuing to this message, but it's good that he wants to keep being friends. That's very good that the friendship was not harmed because of this. And I mean, the fact that he cried is normal. In the end, even if he respects it, it's still like a disappointment, you know? Itchy nose. Because of that number one in video games. Peering eyes. There was a knock at the door and I could see again. I was me again. Suddenly, it forced my hand on his freedom. It forced my hand and his freedom. No, not his. Suddenly, it forced my hand and this freedom was revealed to be only an illusion. I was forced to watch everything, a prisoner in my own mind. I have done terrible things, unforgivable things. Apparently, she was forced to see all of them either by her own consciousness or by some other kind of force. I am so sorry. Suppose perhaps a former cultist before she passed away. I felt terrible knowing that it's very likely for nothing to be the same, and he ended up consoling me. We went for an ice cream and I told him that I loved him a lot and that we'd see each other tomorrow. It's okay, Glory. The fact that you needed like emotional contention is that you are a person with beautiful feelings, that you care about the fact that somebody else is hurting. And the fact that he was willing to give you that contention and that you went to get that ice cream, it shows that he has very sweet feelings too and that he's mature, you know, that he does not take it personal in the sense of developing resentment or like throwing the friendship to the trash because he didn't get what he wanted in other senses. That talks well about him. I was surprised that in all the time he tried to stay calm, and at the end, the one that felt bad was me. Now I'm in my house thinking if I did good and thinking why it hurted so much because you care about him, Glory. It's normal. And just because he stayed calm doesn't mean that he didn't feel the same way as you. It's most likely that he did not want to put more pressure on you or seem manipulative. And that's why, I mean, he cried as he needed to, but he did not make himself keep crying to make you feel bad. As said, that speaks about maturity on him. And you did well because you were honest. You cannot start a relationship with someone when it's not what you want just because you don't want to make them feel bad. As Maya and I told you yesterday, that's worse in the long run. You handle things as good as you could. There's just no pretty way to tell somebody that you do not correspond their feelings, but when it's the case, it's necessary. I would say do not judge your feelings, let yourself feel. And the fact that you feel all this is because you have a good heart. You care about your friend and you care about his feeling. That's not wrong. All the opposite. A year ago and change, it happened the same with a classmate from school. And honestly, it was not as hard and it did not hurt. But as I'm reading, she was just your classmate. She was not your friend. It's different, you know? With friends, feelings are deeper. They don't have to be romantic feelings to be deep feelings. You can love a friend very strongly, and it feels terrible to see them suffer, and it feels worse if you feel that you have to do. I mean, it's not your fault, but that is because of something related to you. It's normal to not feel good at this moment. Let yourself feel and do not judge yourself or your feelings. So, peering eyes, they are filled with regret and sorrow. Their scenes, they are in a lot of pain. Crab and Rod, they are heartbroken. They've lost, and her fate, they've lost touch with reality. And indeed, we will see on the tapes. After talking to him, we admired his art. Can I go through the door now? Once you go through that door, there is no going back. Thank you. The way that he lost his head like the goat that was on the freezer. You're welcome. See ya, Bubs. I love that he calls him Bubs. She was a friend of 3 years, the girl. Oh, okay. Well, maybe it was a different kind of friendship. Maybe you didn't see her in the same level of pain. Maybe she was not as vulnerable as your friend. I mean, you told me that this guy that you had to say no to has been bullied. Maybe it's normal for you to be more concerned about him because you see him more fragile, you know? I think it's understandable. And just because you didn't suffer as much with your friend, the girl, in the past, doesn't mean that you didn't care. Excuse me. I mean, the pain, grief, sorrow is not exactly the same every time one feels it. It's different in every case. And that doesn't mean your feelings were any less pure. So far, we are missing 8 more videos, but the first tape, the title is Lost. And I think it's the woman from the room of her fate. Hello? Is anyone listening? Is anyone there? Please, I need help. I can't remember who I am. It's so dark here. I remember a blinding light, then a burning pain washed over me. Then I was here. I can't shake this feeling of loss and despair. Am I dead? I suppose it's when she was firstly placed in that room. But now we see Sal awake in his bedroom without all the unusual stuff from the dream. His hairbands on the dresser as he's not wearing pigtails anymore. That's why I'm not either. And we see just the regular amount of antidepressants he takes. His glass eyes that I see he has of 4 different colors. The red one is cool. And he has a collection of masks. Besides the prosthetic that he needs to wear. And his guitar that Todd has been working on to make it function like the video game, like the Gear Boy. Huh, where's my cell phone? Precisely that is what I'm questioning. And what I'm questioning, what if, unlike the midget, the girl had a friend circle that supported her? In his case, I'm the only one he has at school. But that's okay. I mean, it's possible that your other friend, the girl, had more people that supported her, like a bigger support network. But just because this guy doesn't have as much friends and he really only has you as a friend and as a support at school, doesn't mean that has to change. I mean, you offered to stay friends and he said yes. That's a very good beginning. If maybe things are a little awkward at first, or maybe he changes his attitude a little bit, you need to understand him in that sense. He's gonna go through a grieving process to some extent, but you can still be that support for him. You can still take care of him. What, Ray? Don't tell me you need out, do you? I don't know if my doggy needs out. And if he starts barking, get over here. Come on. If he starts barking, I may have to step outside 1 second because otherwise she could piss on the floor. But I hope not. Hey, I'm here, Mai! Welcome to the streaming! Big hug and heart to you. So we got out of Sal's room. Our very own local mystery. In other news, Knockfilm's Mills was engulfed in flames this morning. Firefighters rushed into the scene, but by the time they were able to eliminate the fire, a majority of the building and materials had already been destroyed. The factory has been a major source of employment for our small town since 1934. This is the 3rd time the building has caught fire. Never have we seen such devastation as today. The authorities believe the fire to be a result of a foul play, but couldn't say any more at this time. Earlier this year was also the anniversary of the previous fire, the 2nd largest of the 3, where over 20 people died. Luckily this time there were no casualties. However, 3 factory workers are currently in the hospital with minor injuries. Currently it is unclear as to whether the owners can afford to rebuild the mill. They had been on a slow decline for the past decade and have been struggling financially. If they don't rebuild, many families will lose their main source of income. That can be very aggravating. And I didn't read the rest for turning around to the screen of the Streamlabs app, but oh well. This is the extra room that's destined to be Larry's room very soon. Thought I would find a picture there, but no. It's so bright outside. It doesn't want to go out like that. And that's weird, you could interact with the coffee pot before. Many things changed from the computer version to the Switch version. But well, what's done is done. I'm gonna keep defending him in case he gets bullied. I'm going to try to help him make more friends inside the school. That's good. That's good that you have that stance, Glory. In time, things will settle. You'll see. Oh, what a bad situation Glory is going through. A difficult one. It's hard, to see a friend in that situation. That's something I did tell him, and I think I was a little rude. I told him that he needs to unleash the courage to defend himself, because there's not always going to be someone to defend him, and that can have very negative effects in his self-esteem. Well, I mean, I wouldn't say that you were rude. Perhaps it could have come out a little harsh. Maybe if you talk about this topic in the future, try to be a little more soft. Do not conceal the truth. It is a reality that he does need to stand up for himself. But he can still count on you taking care of him and seeing for his wellness. And still, you can encourage him to stand up for himself if people are being abusive, It's not indispensable to make him feel that he will stop counting on you. Hi, Mai, says Glory. You can keep being friends. You shouldn't feel bad for that. I appreciate that the guy reacted well towards the rejection, and I hope things can get better, Glory. I hope so too. And you'll see they will. Because as I said, his reaction shows maturity and also that he cares about you. Not only because he likes you, like romantically, but also because he is your friend. He considers you his friend. Morning, Salio. What's happening? That's Todd's boyfriend? Neil? Hey, Neil. No pigtails today, huh? I don't think I've ever seen you with your hair down. I almost didn't recognize you. Yeah. You feeling alright, man? You seem out of it. Well, he's our friend, we can say the truth. Nightmares keep keeping me up. Sorry to hear that. It could be stress. I have trouble sleeping when I'm stressed out too. No wonder I have them all the time. Anything you wanna talk about? No, you're right. It's probably just stress. There's a fresh pot of coffee downstairs. You should have a cup. It will do you good. I never start the day without my caffeine fix. Same. Totally. I've developed a taste for coffee because my husband likes it very much and my ex did too. And it is very tasty and it does help wake up a little bit in the mornings. Thanks, maybe I will. Not a problem, Salio. And we cannot go more towards the right at the moment. But I want to go back upstairs for 1 second because I forget if we can actually grab the pole. Let's check real quick. Oh, no, we can't. And I want to just out of curiosity try to interact with the coffee pot. I know Sal doesn't like coffee, but Neil loves this stuff, but I hate the taste. No thanks. So it's after talking to him that you can interact with it. It's weird, there was a photo of Larry and Ashley here before, but well. I would love to keep being his friend, and I'm not going to treat him different in any moment. But I know by experience that it's very likely that we may end up distancing, and that's it. Not necessarily. I mean, it would be different if he, for example, was disrespecting your decision and insisting on being something else when you told him no. That could inevitably cause distancing. But just because you said no to him, it doesn't necessarily mean that you are going to end up growing apart from each other. Don't assume it. Wait and see. Let's see how things play out. And they could play out much better than you think. Even if your experiences before have been different, remember that every person is different and it's not going to be necessarily the same as other experiences you've had. I'm very sorry about what happened, and I wish that you don't feel guilty. You are a very good person. Yes, definitely. Glory, please do not live with any kind of guilt, because you didn't do anything wrong. You did what you needed to do. In the end, you cannot please people with pretty lies, because pretty lies are still lies. And as I mentioned yesterday, the truth hurts once, lies can hurt forever. So, nothing off in the bathroom at the moment. This little door, pay attention to it because it will become very dark in the next chapter, the chapter 5. It's most letter box. And a little turd in it. Dude, really, where do you keep getting these stickers? And I also love that Gizmo is seated like a human being. I mean, take for instance my kitty Waffle. He does lay down like a normal kitty. But Gizmo sits like a human. And yeah, where does a cat get stickers, and let alone that amount? He's a cute kitty. Like my Waffle. Right, baby? Oh no, this thing is saying that the battery of my controller is low, so something. Gonna connect it, but I need to switch the other end because it's connected to the Xbox at the moment. And like that, it's not going to respond. Oh. I really hope I didn't lose image on the streaming. No. Just that I accidentally moved the HDMI cable, but no. By the way, how are you guys doing? Super stressed with editing because it takes forever, but good other than that. Thank you for asking. Today, I delivered the Kingdoms comic, and how did it go? What did the teacher think? Thank you for doing that homework inspired on the Midnight Kingdom. Very sweet. Hope for you. I stayed until almost 2 a.m. doing it. Right back at you, I stayed up until 4 a.m. editing. And gossiping a little with a friend too, but also editing. The comics. And Mai says she's gone, but she's back. So if you're gonna pass tomboys and everything that you roll along, you'll have to show me. Shit. We just updated the log and I'm not sure what Todd set it to. Oh, I think we need to go back to Niels and Todd's room for that. I stayed up for so long just for 5 points. Oh. Excuse me. So that comic homework was an extra assignment, or what do you mean for about 5 points? Don't tell me that they gave you a 5 as a grade. Have you seen my cell phone? I can't find it anywhere. Oh yeah, I found it outside last night on the porch. I didn't want to leave it there, so I brought it in. I almost forgot I had it. Thanks, I didn't realize I left it outside. Yeah, that can be dangerous, because if it rains, it can get ruined. No worries, happens to the best of us. Here you go, man. Where's Todd? He has class this morning. All right. How goes the ghost hunting? Todd was saying that it's been pretty slow lately on that front. Slow? I wish yeah, slow. It's been slow. You boys are trying to keep me protected again, right? Aren't you? It's sweet, but you know I can handle myself, right? Plus, I am 2 years older than you all too. No, I know. It's just that we... Yeah, four friends made a pact 5 years ago, and I can respect the loyalty behind that. Actually, I think it's pretty damn cute. Oh, he's a very sweet boyfriend to Todd. But sadly, them protecting him then put him in danger. Speaking of cute, I heard that the lovely Ash was coming to town today. The lone wolf of the Four Horsemen returns. Are you excited? We're supposed to catch up this afternoon. So that's a no, the excitement then? No, I can't wait to see her. I'm just, feeling tired today. There's still coffee downstairs calling your name. Sally Face, come get some. Did you hear those strange noises? You're gonna have to be a bit more specific, Mr. Sleepyhead. Last night, I thought I heard something like a weird siren. I didn't hear anything like that. Maybe Gizmo was up watching TV? No, it wasn't that. It was kind of like, never mind. Probably just the nightmares. Gosh, man, are you sure you are okay? Yeah, I'm good. How's work going? Shoot! Work! I'm supposed to cover the morning shift today! Gotta run, Sally. I'll catch you later. And now that Neil went to work, we can go to the right. There's a note from Todd to me. Something's itching here. I think a bug bit me. Let's take a look. Battery's dead. I'll have to charge it first. The phone. And Sal, here's the new code. 4035364. Alrighty. Let's get to the shed. And to top it all, the majority of my classmates made like stick drawings. I cannot do that, Mai. That sucks that they put so little effort. I cannot do that, Mai. I rather go to sleep and put an alarm at 3, 4 a.m. and start doing the work at that time. That way I feel the adrenaline that I enter at 7 and it's 6 and I haven't even showered. It's just that I'm more nocturnal, same here. If I put the alarm so early, I don't wake up and don't finish the homework. Excuse me. Same here. I'm much better at staying up late than waking up early, totally. That's why I do it before sleeping. I turn off the alarm with just once I hear it sound. And I wake up from bed like a spring. Nice. I have no problems with that. But I'm very inefficient at night for sleepiness. No, I get it. Everybody is different in that sense. You seem to be more a morning person. Maya and I are in the nocturnal team. I don't do good in early mornings. I do much better in late nights. But it wasn't on purpose. Since it was my little sister's birthday and I stayed eating, and then when she finished I put on my headphones, and when I realized it was almost 1 a.m. No, it was almost 1:30. By the way, how did the chicken that you were making with your aunt turn out? How did you prepare it? Alright. And did your sis have a good time in her birthday? Or on her birthday? Oh, wait. Connect the phone. I'll check back in a minute. Very well. And just friendly reminder, guys, if you're having a good time, if you're enjoying the streaming, be sure to leave a thumbs up, and if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, because I'm preparing something special for the Hogwarts Mystery fans. Let me recheck because I got distracted with messages and forgot the code. 4035364. There we go. I can't believe we've been working on this for 5 years now. It feels like the more connections we find, the less sense it all makes. And all the connections, all the research, all the documents that they have, it's impressive how much they have been working on it. Not only how long, but how much they found out. the cult still operating? If so, then where are they all? Oh look, remember these poles from the temple? They apparently took some of them, I guess, to study the green lights. It was cool of Rob to give us some funds for new equipment. When he found out that what we were up to, he basically thought we were real life ghost snappers, to not say the actual ghostbusters. Huh. What's this loose tape? Let's find out. Phantom. I saw the faded shape of a man. There's something important about him. I can feel it. Like a distant memory itching at the back of my skull. His image is fleeting. It flickers in and out of view. It's as if he's trapped in a parallel reality. A phantom just out of reach. Or perhaps I am the phantom and he resides in the land of the living? And since she's in grey, I think she may very well be. I cry for his attention, but I don't think that he can see me or hear me. That confirms it even more, like ghosts can be going out of her way for people to notice them, but people not necessarily do. Like Sal is one of the exceptions that does, but Larry couldn't before, and even Todd, not being skeptical, couldn't either. And Ashley, for example, not at all, because she's very skeptical about it, and then she does not notice the signals. Let's see. The chicken turned out black. I don't know what they put on it, but it was black. Not burnt, but it looked like. My mom put all the seasoning and let it for a while to absorb it, like to marinate. My aunt and I cooked it. And was it tasty? Other than it looked very dark, was it tasty? By the way, when you say that your brother is her twin brother, you say because they look alike? Or was he having a birthday too? If that's the case, I was very rude and I didn't wish your brother a happy birthday too. But if that's the case, you didn't know, you were not rude. Both. No worries. My mom calls them twins because they look alike, but they are a year and 18 days apart. Yeah, no, it's just like an expression. They're not actually twins in that case. Black chicken sounds peculiar. So it was like chicken, a chicken dish? Or was it baked or fried or something like that? No, it was fried chicken. But you say that the black color was not because it burned? Looks like it's charged now. There's a new message from Larry. Right. My cell phone. Are you awake? Now. What's up? Something is wrong with Addison Apartments. Other than ghosts and creepy basement? I'm serious. I'm coming over. Give me a few minutes. Okay, text me when you're ready. Ready. On the way now. I mean, I guess it gives you the option to exit the cell phone menu in case you have other things pending to do. But we did everything that we could before Larry showed up, so let's go see what's going on with him. I've noticed, I don't know if it's in your house or in Guatemala in general, but they eat fried chicken very often. Almost every week, you get me craving with fried chicken. Even my aunt asked me why it was black. And no one knew. We assumed that my mom marinated it with Coca-Cola or soy sauce because of the color. That would make sense, totally. The last time I ate fried chicken was like in January. I'm trying to think when, but I mean, I've eaten chicken here, but baked, not fried. Well, at least in my house, it's true. with fried chicken very often. It is very tasty. You guys got me craving for some Kentucky. This all seems to be a dramatic change from your original story, Mr. Fisher. Isn't it true you had initially stated that you were not in contact with Larry Johnson? Yes. So you admit to lying in your original statements? Yes, I was in shock from what happened and thought that the truth would be more harmful. That no one would believe me. I didn't know what else to do. And how can we trust anything you say now? How are we to decipher what is true and what is a lie? I just hate when employees of the government or prosecutors in the trials twist the witnesses' words. I mean, I understand that lying in a trial is a felony and what have you, but Sal in this particular case was basically cornered. Since my granny sells lunches, they almost always make chicken for them to sell. Makes sense. It is a very light dish. It's a good idea. I hope for their sake that they do. Is that a threat? It's a warning. Would you have us believe that there is still a killer on the loose in Knockfell? That all of the evidence presented today, the victim's blood on your clothes and skin, your fingerprints on the murder weapon, the security footage, the eyewitness accounts, that all of these things were some elaborate cover-up? Created by who? The county police department? If it's alright with the court, I'd like to continue my testimony. It's important that the story be told chronologically, in order to prevent details from being taken out of context. Well, more so than they already have been. I'll allow it. Please continue with your testimony, Mr. Fisher. But realize we will expect answers to these questions the prosecution has presented. Everything will be answered. Then proceed. At least the judge is a little more reasonable. She finds a way to make chicken different ways. I'm even friends with the lady that sells chicken because she sees me almost every day. My parents don't like preparing or buying fried chicken. Almost every time that we eat chicken, we eat it boiled in an express pot, and like pressure pot, and with rice, or in the best case scenario, like shredded apart and in a sandwich or burrito or something like that. In a burrito it's tasty, and with rice it goes well also. But today she made spaghetti. Spaghetti is yummy. I love it. Oh, at least you have good health. I worry for eating so much grease or sugar. Well, I mean, if you are concerned, chicken in the end is healthy. Maybe if you're concerned about eating too much grease with it, you could suggest your parents to use, or your grandma to use a more healthy oil, maybe olive oil, for example. That's better than cooking regular oil. I'm telling you, dude, something is seriously wrong. Did you see the demon again? No, I haven't seen it since we blasted it years ago. I even went through every inch of the building. Excuse me, I'm exhausted. I even went through every inch of the building this morning with the super gear boy and found nothing. All the ghosts have been missing for weeks. That is a little odd. Though who's to say it's a bad thing? Maybe they were able to finally pass on. I don't know, man. I've been getting this horrible feeling. Like something under my skin crawling around, itching at the back of my skull. It's like the quiet before the storm or some shit. I can feel it. And sadly, Larry is very right to have a bad feeling about things. Huh. What? Deja vu. I've been getting that feeling too. Like everything is foggy and there's something there just beyond the fog. Just waiting. Yes, exactly. Whatever it is, it's coming from the apartments. So are you gonna come check it out or what? Of course I will. Should we get taught? He has class today. Oh, alright. I was hoping he'd have a new gadget or something. He has been working on something, but I don't think it's finished yet. The guitar mods are finally done, but Todd hasn't shown me how to use it yet, so best not to mess with it. Hopefully it works better than that box thingy he made last year, guess with an Xbox. Yeah, I'd like to keep my guitar in one piece. Oh, that sucks, he blasted his console. So are you all packed up? Almost. I want to get the rest moved over this weekend. It will be nice to finally get out of that basement. Cool. Todd said we can use the van too. Sweet. Yeah. I mean, it's cool that all of them were gonna live together. We cannot enter anymore. They worry a lot about worrying about eating healthy things. So the majority of my meals are low in salt, with a lot of vegetables and salad, besides rice and pasta. Or pasta. That's good in the long term. I mean, it's okay if here and there you want to eat some fast food and things like that, but not every day, because it does become unhealthy if it's all you eat. My family does that sometimes too. My mom shreds the boiled chicken and makes tacos. That sounds delicious too. But everything with the minimal oil or salt. It seems like hospital food. And what about other spices? I mean, not salt, but pepper or paprika or something to give flavor. Lemon, for example. I mean, that's healthy too. My mom hates salt because my granny literally throws a handful of salt to the food and it's over salty. Yeah, I mean, salt is tasty in a moderate amount, but too much salt, it just spoils the food because it tastes like salt, not like the dish anymore. My siblings generally are the ones that bug me in that sense and that pamper me in that sense, and sometimes bring food from their houses or fast foods. Well, that's nice that your brothers pamper you here and there, because it's good to be healthy, but not to the point of not letting yourself enjoy life, you know? I mean, give yourself a treat here and there. That's why I learned to cook since I was little, because when Granny made fried eggs, they were super salty. Ugh, no, and eggs like saturated with salt. Since eggs have a very soft flavor to them, it literally tastes like only salt. Like you were eating salt straight from the salt shaker. Hey, Sal. Yeah? What if everything is too broken to fix? Like, why are we the only ones doing anything about any of this? I think everyone else just chooses to ignore the fact that everything is so broken. You know? Because it's more comfortable. How can they? I don't get it. How are other people so happy? Why can't we be like that? Maybe it's because we actually give a shit. Or maybe it's because we can't ignore how messed up things are around here. Because they don't blind themselves. I guess. I don't know, dude. I come back and forward because there are some hidden conversations with Larry that you unlock during all the path, and it is an achievement. What is that, like a ran over animal? Knockfell Homes, affordable homes in the beautiful hillside district. And a number in case you want to view the houses. At some point, I will invite you to eat something that you want, Glory. I still owe you your fiambre. I don't know how to say it in Spanish, in English, that's why I translated or said it in Spanish. Try going back, because I think you unlock some conversations with him like that. I mean, just once. If it doesn't work, I'll just move on. Yes, they use a lot of things like oregano in English. I don't remember the translation, but I know what spice you're talking about. Morron pepper, onion, tomillo, laurel leaves, etc. But in the end, eating healthy every day becomes boring. That's why I don't miss out on the food of the dining room or the cafeteria at school for anything. Totally. I mean, I said, it's okay to be healthy, it's good, but not take it to the extent that you can never enjoy a bag of chips or something that you crave for, you know? Not everything on the orthorexic side. Never Oak Cemetery. Phelps Ministry. Travis's father. Kenneth Phelps. God's his soul. I mean, yes, but the way he preaches is more like a scare tactic. Yo, mi fiambre. I really am craving for roasted chicken. It is tasty. Well, I guess there's no more talk interactions available with Larry. So, looks like we were right about that storm that is only on top of the building. The sky is clear except for the gray cloud only on top of the Addison apartments. And even Sal stated that the day was bright. Alright, let's do this. Right behind you. That's what I wanted to ask for my 15-year party. A roasted chicken and a triple of Coca-Cola. But a triple what? Like 3 cans of Coca-Cola, or what do you mean a triple? Mr. Addison's been storing this stuff in here so long, I bet he doesn't even remember what's in all these boxes. They're probably filled with stuff from when his family was alive. Yeah, some of them are. The rest is like old clothes, old tea sets, cookbooks, just a bunch of old junk. Larry! What? You snapped through Terence's stings? Well, yeah, dude, how could I not? The guy never leaves his room. Plus, I also wanted to make sure he wasn't involved with the cult or hiding bodies in here or anything weird. Understandable. But it's just normal, boring old man stuff. Okay, fair enough, I guess. Alrighty, seems that we cannot really interact with the boxes. Next time you plan on doing some nosing around, make sure you let me know. Will do. Oops, there we go. Nobody brought one, I'm sorry. What did you have on your 15-year party? I'm not such a fan of cooking. I know how to cook, but it's not something I love. Same, I mean, I love cooking for my husband, and when I have a craving, I like cooking for myself too, or for friends and what have you. But it's not like a passion. It's just something I do because it's necessary, and when it's for loved ones, I do enjoy it. What I do frequently, and is my way to eat sweets, is making cakes without the frosting, or cookies and bakery. I actually like making cookies and cakes. I get you on that one. Well, good morning, young sirs. How are you two doing on this fine day? We're doing okay. How about you? I'm just wonderful. Things have been so peaceful in the building. So, of course, we do miss having our dear Sal Fisher with us. And I'll be sad to see Larry going as well. I'll miss it here too, but it will be nice to get out of that basement. Plus, we're only right down the road. I understand. Our young lads are all grown up now and ready for the next stage of their lives. I'm excited for you both, you know? I wish you boys nothing but the best. You truly deserve it. Thanks. Thank you, Terence. Alrighty. If I go to see the Volcán del Fuego and the fire volcano and the water volcano in the Chiapas Sierra Madre, how do you call that in English? I wonder. How far away is it from where you live, Mai? Mm, I mean, Chiapas in Mexico is in the frontier, at the frontier with Guatemala, but how far away would it be from you, Mai? Why did they leave all of Rosenberg's stuff in here again? Addison still thinks that she's on vacation or something and that she'll come back. I don't think that's gonna happen. I wonder if that's really the reason or that's just like the official version. I'm still not really sure what happened to her. You said she just like disappeared, right? Yeah, but it was more than that. She appeared as a ghost before vanishing. I don't think she was fully human. Oh, right, I remember you saying that. And she was in the cult for a while, but then stopped them or tried to stop them, which would have made her super old. Think all of these options, demon, alien, doesn't make sense. I think she was a witch. That would make sense. So if she had powers, why would Rosenberg just mope around this little apartment? Maybe she was too old, or maybe she had just given up. She did seem kind of depressive. So I would say the given up part makes sense. If I had powers, I would never retire. I'd be getting into all kinds of trouble. Makes two of us. Yeah, I know you would. I'll see Larry's favorite person. Yeah, what do you want, Sal? Ugh, why is he here? Hey, Mrs. Gibson, we were... Well, that's about par for the course. That lady sure can hold a grudge. I mean, yeah, I get that. If somebody kills your pet, you never stop feeling resentment towards them, but... I mean, she didn't even wait to see what they needed. I mean, at least Sal, you know, that Sal didn't do anything to her. Better not bother her anymore. It's just that the Chiapas mountain hill, geographically speaking, is from Central America, same as Yucatan. There starts the Central American Istmo. I don't know the term in English, but well, yes, that's the frontier between North America and Central America. You're right. Head to Larry's former house. Well, still his house for the moment. If there's anything out of place here. This bathroom is super nasty. Like with all the mold on the walls, and I don't want to know what the stain outside of the toilet is. Huh. What is it? It's a tooth. Gross, dude. You picked it up with your bare hand? I'm not just gonna leave it here. What if we need it for something? What could we possibly need someone's tooth for? Hi, I'm Sally Face and this is my friend Larry. We research paranormal and occult activity in the town of Knoxville, where everything weird can and does happen. Good point. I mean, yes, but even so, I don't know if I would think of picking up a tooth. Excuse me, guys, I said I'm exhausted, but I feel terrible to be yawning so much on live streamings. Actually, in the times after the conquer, the Spanish looked through that zone, a form to pass from Atlantic Ocean to Pacific Ocean. In the end, they gave up because they were 300 kilometers in straight line. Yeah, I mean, it would be complicated to have a straight passage from Atlantic Ocean to Pacific Ocean. Completely agreed. Shit, I must have dropped the key somewhere this morning when I was looking around. When was the last time you remember having it? I have no idea. I could have sworn it was still in my pocket. I'm sure it will show up somewhere. Oh well. Important detail because it will indeed show up. Then they considered it from Honduras to El Salvador, but it was a similar distance. Yeah, still the same complication. Sorry, I went away for a minute. Don't worry, Mai. All the opposite. Thank you, girls, for being here. Mm. And also thank you, Jessie, that messaged earlier on the streaming. If you're still around with us, hope you're having fun. Oh. Never mind, we are not leaving yet. Jesus. Why isn't this thing responding? Hold on, guys, because for some reason... God. The controller didn't want to respond, and now it does. But when I'm trying to change floors... I don't get it. Hold on a minute, please. For some reason, the joystick is not responding as it should. In the end, I realized that there was a place in Panama where the space between the two oceans is 100 kilometers, and that's where they made the Panama Canal. From where I live to the fire volcano, there's like 4-hour distance. Okay, that's weird, because the joystick does work in the outside menu. But for some reason, it's not working in the elevator, and that's driving me crazy. Hell! I don't understand what's happening to this thing. I don't know if I should switch controllers. Yeah, you know what? Let me try that because it's driving me insane. For it to be so difficult just to switch from a floor. Huh. I mean, I don't get it. What's closer to you, that place or the capital? I don't understand why it's being so goddamn difficult. I think I will publish the mini comic in Facebook, but I'm doubting if leaving it in paper or make the digital version. I think that would depend on your preference. Sorry that I'm clicking like non-stop, but I mean, this thing just does not want to work. Because I'm going to both places. Maybe in a couple years or a little more, we may be able to see each other. Hopefully, I hope you can meet in person, you guys. 'Cause I just don't get it. The joystick does work. Then it's the goddamn game. And my other controller just does not want to work at all. Finally! Jesus! It's weird to be leaving after living here for so long. I felt that way when we left New Jersey, but it was a change I didn't know I needed at the time. So I'm glad it worked out the way it did. Yeah, it will be awesome to room with you and Todd. I can't wait for that, honestly. Still, and I know I'm not going far, but it's still a little sad for some reason. It's a big change, Larry. It's okay to feel emotional about it. But Larry does not want to show his emotions. You okay? Yeah, I'm cool. Let's keep looking around. The controller abandoned us, señor. Now it's resting in the heaven of controllers. You know what? I would say it deserves to go to hell. Especially this one that now doesn't work to work at all. I mean, I understand now because it's disconnected and this one is not wireless, but even with the wire connected, it really made me pissed. So it doesn't deserve the controller's heaven, it deserves the controller's hell. Actually, to be rejected in the controller's hell. Nothing interesting in the kitchen. At least not now. So it seems to be almost all packed. Do you remember the first time I saw you without your mask? How could I forget? You were headbanging so hard it flew right off and whacked me in the face. You were so worried about my bloody nose that you didn't even notice at first. I felt bad. Yeah, but then once I told you I was fine, why did you cry? Because you didn't look away. I can understand that. I mean, having his face disfigured because of what happened to him in childhood, I can understand him being very self-conscious. Leave it in paper. That way it has that artisanal side more marked. I agree with that. I mean, it's cool if you pass it to digital. I'm not opposed to it. But if you leave it in pages and take pictures, it could look like a little more organic and artisanal, as Glory says. I prefer to see illustrations in paper than digitally. I do too, but I personally do mine digitally because I like the Procreate app. It has a very big variety of textures and styles that you can give it. Well, I think the volcano, although in boat I would travel a couple hours to arrive. The volcano would be the closest mine, despite being a couple hours away. Or we leave it like that. Nor for you, nor for me. We meet in Ohio in a couple more years with Seño. Yes, I vote for that. Come see me in Ohio. Definitely, I vote for that option. It's just that literally I did it in my notebook of that assignment. And I feel they look a little weird for having done them quickly. I mean, if you're not entirely happy or satisfied with them, that's different. But if you are, I mean, if you think maybe they look done fast but well done, that's not necessarily bad. I wish I could draw fast. I mean, I like drawing and I'm fairly okay at it, but I take a long time. Still can't believe my dad abandoned us. It doesn't feel like him, it doesn't feel real. Because it's not. I, um, I don't. I know there's something you've been keeping from me, Sal. Something about my dad. You're horrible at keeping secrets. It's okay, man. I haven't mentioned it before because I trust you. If you're keeping something from me, it's because you have to, right? Tell the truth. Look, it's been hard keeping this from you, but I couldn't be sure that was real, what was real and what wasn't. I didn't want to upset you, but I think your dad has been contacting me somehow. What? I'm not sure if it's really him or not. That's why I haven't brought it up. Plus, he told me to keep you safe and not to tell you about him. He says that if you knew the truth, it would put you in danger. If it is your father, then well, I don't think that he's 100% human. But the important thing is that he didn't abandon you. He sacrificed himself to try and stop the cult, to protect you and Lisa. He loved you both more than anything. What do you mean he's not human? It's kind of hard to explain, but I think your dad was an alien or something. In the notes that we were finding the last chapter, if you find them all, I think I missed one or two here and there. But if you find them all, you complete Jim Johnson's journal. And there he explains that he was born in another planet, but he and his sister got killed in a crash of their spaceship. And then he landed on Earth that had a similar nature than his former planet. He met Lisa. They got married, they had Larry because their species were similar enough to be able to reproduce between each other. But he precisely tried to stop the cult and realized that if he stayed with his family when taking that mission, the cult could not only harm him, but also Lisa and Larry. So he disappeared on them to make sure Larry and Lisa didn't go after him and ended up in danger or worse. A terrible decision and harmful for them, but as Al said, he was trying to protect them. If my mom remains with her plans, it's more likely for me to end up in North Dakota. Although I don't think we will arrive. What do you mean, Mai? What plans does your mom have? Would be nice for you to be in North Dakota because at least we would be in the same country. It would be easier to have an encounter. Midnight Trinity will invade Ohio. Yay! I like that idea. I mean, if you want to take the time to do it cleaner and prettier, that's okay by me. That's fine by me. But for me, what matters is for you to have done it with love, even if they are stick drawings. I agree. I mean, if you want to perfect it, that's excellent. But I don't think it's badly done, you know? Made with love. And I appreciate it a lot. Besides, I wanna change the queen's height. We are almost the same size when I am as Morph. Right, because Glory is much taller. She told us the other day that she's 170, right, Glory? And so you want to draw them more realistically, like the proportions and such. But it's better for them to be the same size. That way, I don't have to duck when I kiss you or steal a kiss from you. Oh, like I have to stand on my toes to kiss my husband if he's standing. Thank you, Glory. I will publish it in Face and I will tag Mrs. Midnight to see it. Yes, please. He crash landed here after losing his home planet to a plague of shadows. Precisely, his planet was taken over by the darkness to an irrecoverable point, which is what they are trying to prevent happening to the Earth. That's why his sister and him, Larry Johnson's sister and him, had to abandon his planet in their spaceship. He was with his sister, Evelyn, but she died in the crash or got lost or something. He wasn't really clear about what happened to her. I think Evelyn is the woman from the tapes and from her fate, the room that we unlocked. Aren't you going to say anything about all this? You know, you don't have to make up some crazy story to make my dad into a hero. And aliens? Really? Dude, that didn't help your story at all. I'm telling you the truth, Larry. I swear. Alright, dude, it's fine. Can we just drop this for now? Okay, but we're gonna talk about this more later. I'm not making this up. I mean, I understand it's a lot to take, but Larry's not as skeptical as Ashley. And he and Sal have gone through a lot of paranormal stuff for him to not even consider it as a possibility, you know? Because it's also a good point that Sal is his friend and he doesn't lie to him or make up things to him. I don't know, I wouldn't discard it immediately as crazy as it sounded. I can't believe that I'm older and I'm only a little more than 1.5 meters. Same here, I'm 154. And I'm much older than the two of you. But if they saw me standing next to Glory, they would think I'm the youngest. Right, Senor. Giving a large hug to your husband must be aggravating for him for the change of height with you. Not really, because I don't make him duck, you know? I mean, hold me from your real height, and if you hold me by the shoulders because of that, that's fine. You stand on a stool for things like that? Not on a stool, on my toes, because I actually can stand like this, like on my, almost on my thumbs. So I don't struggle to make myself taller if need be. We'll just ignore the crooked drawing of the Grim Reaper Alex. He didn't connect and I didn't know how to draw him. Yeah, it's been long since we've seen Alexator. I hope he's doing okay. Alexator, if you're here, manifest yourself. Hope the controller behaves better this time. Okay. Don't know what was going on with it, but luckily it stopped because it was driving me insane that I couldn't move through the buttons of the elevator. Packerton's former place. Man, it still reeks in here. Yeah, it does. Yeah, I mean, corpse and shit combined, it's not a nice combination to be around. Oh god, I can't. Ew. The same log is in the toilet. Still. I mean, they discovered that thing 5 years ago and nobody has flushed that. Ew. Just can't imagine how it reeks. Getting any readings on the gearbox here? Nope. Even your little goat body is hiding. And it's weird that the deep freeze that she had in the kitchen that did not have corpses was taken away. I wonder why. Yeah, all the shit on the floor. Ah, there's a tear in the carpet here. I can pull it by hand though. We need a knife. I wonder what they did with Mr. Packerton's body. Well, at least he wasn't served as lunch meat. At least that's a plus. Torosal, oh my god, hi, how are you doing? First time you say hi to me, I think so, so this is for you, to your honor. Hi. I still have a little more to grow, but I don't think more than 4 centimeters. You better, you're already way taller than me. Yes, bring back the fandom, totally. I adore this game. It's one of my favorites. I mean, the streaming is close to ending, but I stream it every Thursday in English. from 10:30 to 12:30 p.m. or so, Ohio time. I may stream it in Spanish too, but lately the community wants to do different things. On Fridays, that's the day I stream in Spanish. Hi, Torosal. Thank you for being here. I I pity myself saying that I still have 5 more years to grow. Yeah, no, and you may. I mean, kids in my middle school that got bullied for being short were then taller than me, you know? Yeah, hopefully not like serving Mr. Packerton as lunch meat. But no, I mean, we know for a fact he wasn't because his wife got murdered before being able to cook him. It's just despicable to think that she kept him alive, connected to that machine in a vegetative state to keep him shitting on the diapers, to keep using them to conceal the corpse's smell. All the torturing devices were taken away. I should have known those guys weren't even real cops. I had a weird feeling about them. I don't know how they cleared this place out overnight with just the two of them. They were definitely the same dudes pretending to be cops when Mrs. Sanderson died too. I saw them leaving in the morning. The detective and the policeman that was outside the apartment, which in reality are cultists. I saw them too, remember? Yeah, maybe that's why they came overnight, because they knew we'd recognize them somehow. Yeah, I mean, they would remember them. Todd still hasn't been able to figure out their true identities, huh? No, but I could have sworn I saw one of them going into the church a few weeks ago. Cultist. I've been keeping an eye out every day now. They've been having a lot of meetings over there. That's like a normal church thing though, meetings and whatnot. Could be nothing. Or it could be something. That church did always give me the creeps. We went up to Chapel Hill a few times for holidays when I was younger. I've been talking to Todd about setting up some hidden cameras and audio recorders up there, just to check it out. Cool, I'm down for some good B plus E. B plus E? Breaking and entering. Come on, dude. Oh, right. Unless there are some hormonal problems around, the majority of us get that stretch from 10 to 13. But some people take a little longer, like 14, 15. What if a fish eats a tuna sandwich? It would be an abomination! Welcome, Tom! Thank you for being here. And I did understand the reference. Fish always eat other fish. Yeah, but it's a reference from Lilo and Stitch. Like, do you know what tuna is? It's fish! If Pato eats fish, it would be an abomination. I'm almost 16. Don't worry, you're still... Women stop growing until 21. That's why it's not recommended for a woman to get breast surgery, for example, before that age, because she may grow more and the implants may get deformed because of the natural growth of the body. You still have time. I mean, I, for example, can assume that I'm not going to grow more in height because I'm 32. But you're just 16, anything could happen. The name of the fish is Pato. Yes, and Pato controls the weather. Of course, after that stretch, you may grow a little centimeters more, but not 10. True. I was told that I would stretch at 14. I'm 15, I'm still short. Excuse me. When is your birthday? November. Remind us to congratulate you on stream. You're not a midget. No, but I get it. I also sometimes refer to myself as a midget, not because I think I'm one, but because I know I'm short. I wonder how many bodies went through this thing. I don't. I'd rather not think about it. Oh, you're almost 3 years older than me. You mean my Glory? Wait. We are not ready to leave the second floor yet. We have other 3 apartments to visit. Sally Face and Larry Bear. This is a pleasant surprise. Hi, Janice. Hey, what brings you to here? Just saying hi. Hello. Oh, hello. Hi. Alrighty. Guess she's super high, so let's not bother her. Did those boys just go into the bathroom together? Greg, are you here? Hello? Not getting anything on the Super Gear Boy either. But there's a tooth. Another tooth? Yeah, maybe it's a clue or something. It's just so random, like teeth. Last time I measured myself, I was 145, but it was when I was 12. Not sure what I would measure now, but I haven't grown too much. Obviously, you are like 20 years or minimum 25. Well, yeah, because I'm 32 and you're 13, right? So, yeah, 21 years older. Yes, because of that, I was worried at the beginning, but now I appreciate you so much. What were you worried about, Maya? I don't quite get it. I don't remember how old you are. It was 34? No, 32. I'll eventually be 34, but not yet. But still, I already arrived the 3rd floor. Locked, that's parents' room. That's former room. That now is a weed greenhouse. Hey guys! Larry, are you back for more already? Nah, I'm cool, Ray, thanks. Guess he just gave him a fix. Hey, Mr. Morrison. Sal, have you seen the garden yet? What do you think? I mean, it's something that they enjoy, so why criticize, you know? Isn't it though? It's a thing of true beauty. How did you get all this stuff anyway? Well, if I told you that, I'd have to kill you. But really, this isn't exactly legal per se. So I'd appreciate you guys keeping this our little secret. And of course, I'd be happy to supply you with some produce whenever you like. Your secret is safe with us. You don't have to worry about that. I didn't think so, but you can never be too safe. Yeah, because in the end, it's not necessarily that they go to the police to get him in trouble. It can be just gossiping with other neighbors and then the information lands in the wrong ears. I know Todd isn't super fond of the fact that we have turned his old bedroom into a garden, but he knows how happy it makes us. He also knows that nothing will fill the tall-shaped hole in our hearts. Oh, he's lucky to have such loving parents. Honestly, yeah, Todd's parents are really cool. And such good friends. I'm damn proud of you all, boys. Damn proud. I mean, it's nice that, they are happy with what they did with the room and such, but that they miss their son, you know? I love you a lot too, my outside of the Kingdoms roleplay. So, we are 19 years apart. Senyo, you could be my mother, yeah! Fortunately, I don't have to worry about having kids I don't know about because that's not possible for a woman. But yes, I am old enough to be your mother. But I don't think I'm such a good influence to be a mother, so I think I'm more like your aunt. Like my midnighter's aunt. Me too. And you're just 2 years older than my oldest brother. Oh, he is 30 years old, Glory? Cheers to him. I said cheers, so even if it's water, I have to drink. Let's see what there is to see here. A pocket knife. Score. Nice, that could come in handy. Yep, in the basement. But before going back there, let's explore the other room of the second floor that we haven't seen. They are 25, 28, and 30. No doubt I was that last pregnancy that nobody was expecting to happen. In Mexico, it's called El Pilón. Did you see on the news that they said Charlie was going to be released? I did, but that's not the real Charlie. Where do you think he's now? The real Charlie, I mean. Most likely the cult probably has him or killed him. Maybe he ended up in the Bologna. Ugh, as much as I didn't get along with that dude, no one deserves to be made into Bologna. Totally. No matter how much I would hate anyone, I would never wish upon anyone to get murdered and turned into lunch meat. Charlie was a little strange, but he was a good guy. I was starting to like him before we thought he was a murderer. Man, we kind of screwed him over, didn't we? It wasn't our fault. We couldn't have known. And you saw him kill her with your own eyes. I still have nightmares about that. I mean, what happened in the end was that Charlie was possessed by the red-eye demon, so he was not entirely aware of what he was doing. But back then they had no idea that that was the case. Ew, all this shit lingering around the toilet and what the hell, on the walls and the door? Or maybe I wanna believe that's just moist? I was the Valentine's present because I was born in November. The Valentine's present I love. But makes sense, I mean, for Valentine's Day to be more active in that department. No doubt they had a fiery Valentine's at the very least, Mai. That indeed. Oh, wrong apartment. The other one. Oh, and it's not in this floor, it's in Packerton's. Okay, we visited the basement for no reason. Let's go back to second floor. And I think after cutting that carpet, I'm going to call the streaming short now because that distraction is a clear proof that Mrs. Midnight is in fact tired. I mean, I am. I'm exhausted because I've been staying up late every day between editing and insomnia. But at least I wanna finish this part since we have the knife to cut it. Use. Forgot where to find out the code for this. Would it be like use all Packertons? Nope. Let me search real quick, but making counts, I was conceived around June, July. Around holiday times. Makes sense. Oh, my mom is also a Valentine's present then. Her birthday is on the 20th of November. And then she is a Valentine's present indeed. Let's see. All right. There's a VHS tape inside. Right, so we are going to conclude the streaming watching the VHS tape. That seems so antique. I mean, I had VHS as a kid. I'm old. but I haven't seen them recently, you know? There are others here to this place, like the man. Oh, there are others here, parallel to this place, like the man. Though not significant like he seems to be. They are harder to see and appear less often. And something else. Something ominous lurks beyond my vision. The red-eyed demon. Even though my senses can't make it out, I can feel its presence. I can feel its gaze piercing through me. What's left of my humanity is crumbling away in this void. I fear what I am to become in such endless isolation. So apparently she is actually alive because she is perceiving ghosts on one side and also the red-eyed demon. So September are a present of Christmas or the Wise Men Day. Makes sense. Makes total sense, actually. But alright, guys. So far, we are going to cut the streaming short after seeing this dialogue. Then he shoved the whole freaking thing right down his throat. The whole thing! Can you believe it? Chuck is an animal, dude. I love that guy. Dude, are you even listening to me? Sorry, I zoned out for a second. No worries. Means he cannot control it when that happens. But, as said, we are going to cut the streaming short till now because besides it being my usual time to finish them, as you've seen me yawning like crazy, I am exhausted and I need to get some editing done, eat some dinner, and maybe get some rest. Thank you all for being here. Let me read Glory. Well, thank you for the stream, Señor, and thank you, Mai. Today I haven't been in a good mood and both of you helped me clear my mind a little bit. That's good. Glory, I hold you very tight. Please do not feel guilty, okay? You didn't do anything wrong. You managed things as best as possible given the situation. Everything, I'm sure, will be okay in time. Just give your friend some time if he needs it. In any case, guys, Mrs. Midnight loves you. Hopes to see you next time and hope